This is FoodWhat's Farm Friday. My name is David. What's good, y'all? Thanks for joining us. We are going to talk about the stages of plants today. What stage of plant are you in? What stage of plant are you in, or your project, your idea, whatever it might be, that your phase in life? What stage of plant is it in right now? And it might be helpful to know that, so that way we know how to go about preparing for the next stage, or assessing where we're at in terms of progress. That way we can make sure that we give ourselves credit for how far we have come. So, what are those stages? We got the seed, the start, the bud, the blossom, fruit. The seed, the start, the bud, the blossom, the fruit. The seed, the start, the bud, the blossom, fruit. The seed, the start, the bud, the blossom, fruit. Check it out. We got a little seed right here. What's up, friend? So if something is in seed stage, that means it's literally just starting out in this world. It's right at the very beginning. So in metaphorical sense, the seed might be a new idea you had, a new habit, a small little thing that you started doing. And in the literal sense, it might be like the very beginning of your life, like when you were a baby. Now, it is one thing to have a seed, to have that idea. That's one thing. But to put the care and intention to plant that seed, that's a little bit of a commitment. When commitments have energy invested into them and good intentions, they might just grow into something really special. They might just set root and surprise you with what they can do even early on. An idea like, let's create a space where young people can work towards their own liberation and self-empowerment. There's an idea. This seed wants to set its roots. When it sets its roots, that's when it becomes a start. Let's see what that looks like. Check out our little friend right here. A little baby lemon tree. Little tiny thing. So this is a start. This was once a seed not too long ago, but it set its roots. And check it out. It's got new growth. If you're at this stage with an idea, then that means that you're probably putting in work to make sure that this seed sprouts, that it fruits, and that it grows into something beautiful. So if you already put in the work to get it this far, make sure you see it through. So in this case, if we were at the start stage with the idea that we had to create a space for young people to find their own liberation and self-empowerment, if that's the idea, then now that it's a start, that's kind of like, okay, well, now we have a farm. Now we have a farm. The idea has set root. There's a space for us to do that. But what is this actually going to look like? How is that going to pay off? It's not budding or blossoming or anything like that. It's kind of just taking shape. I can see that the seed has grown into a lemon tree, but I'm not sure if it will grow. The next stage was budding, the budding stage. So check this out. Look at these little flower buds. Check out this tree. This is a tree, y'all. This is a whole tree. What happened to that little seed that was just an idea a little while ago, and now we have a tree that's budding? What does that mean? When your hard work starts to show, and it's right before you start getting fruit, it's really exciting. It's really exciting. What do I mean by that? Well, y'all, for something to get into the budding stage, it can take a really long time. It can take a lot of work. This could be years of investing time and energy into something, into someone, or into a project that you have always wanted to do. And now it's at the stage right before it's going to start fruiting, right before you get to that delicious fruit. And that's a beautiful thing. That's a really beautiful thing. Can't stop now. For this lemon tree, things we had to do was, add some fertility to the soil. We pulled the weeds out from under the canopy. We mulched it. We pruned it where we needed to, so that way it would fruit more. These are literally about to be the fruits of our labor. So remember that this started as just a little seed to create a space for young people. But at the budding stage, at this point, now we're thinking, okay, this tree is old enough. This idea is formulated. It already has set roots. It's already got a couple years in it. on this farm, we are going to learn how to grow food. We're going to learn how to cook food. We are going to learn how to create food for thought. We are going to gain more knowledge about ourselves. So we're budding right now, and I can't wait for the blossoms. Let's go find some. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. At this stage, beautiful things are starting to happen. It even smells good. At this stage, people know it's a thing. Your idea, your project has taken off. It's well established. This whole tree is doing beautiful things, and it's in the blossoming stage. Now that means that it's attracting pollinators. Check it out. I think this bee is just taking a nap. Sometimes they do that. They'll nap inside the flowers if it's cold out in the morning, and then they'll wake up and just start pollinating right away. Hey, friend. And if you're attracting pollinators, you know what that means? That means you're building community. That means you have other people who are going to support you to help you get the fruits of your labor. And if you're in this blossoming stage, metaphorically, that's basically when your idea has started to attract other people, because now it's attracting pollinators, like our little friend over here that fell asleep in the flower. When you're spending time with each other, supporting each other as you go through the processes of setting your roots, of budding, of blossoming, just know that that's cross-pollination right there. That right there is the sharing of new ideas, new resources, and new support systems that we want to provide for y'all, and that we want y'all to provide for each other. So we're blossoming. So just know that even if you're not here, even if you're just watching this video from afar, if you were in the spring program and now had to put that on pause, just know that when you're participating, when you're engaged, whether it's through social media or when we're all here together on the farm, we're blossoming. And we're working towards some really, really sweet fruit. We're working towards something really special. So what you've done is created something that brought together people. Maybe you started making friends as you went about putting the work and time and energy into this idea, into this project, into yourself. If you are the blossom, then this is a stage where you are really putting out some of your best work. This is you really pushing, really going for it. You're really going for it, and people can see that. And hopefully you're getting some positive encouragement, because this here is amazing. And if you're blossoming, congratulations. You will have fruit very soon. It's fruit. Check it out, y'all. We're at the fruiting stage. Look at all these. Look at all these. Look at that. Meyer lemons for days. Now we got fruit. That seed that we decided to plant a couple years ago, now it's giving us massive amounts of vitamin C, some massive amounts of flavor, massive amounts of hydration. You know, fruit, when the fruits of your labor start to pay off, when things really start to come together, you get this. You get something really beautiful. And be sure to harvest. Be sure to harvest those things, because you do not want it to go bad. You do not want your fruits to go to waste. Something like that. You don't want that to happen. That's like getting the job and then not showing up for the first day. You put in all the work to apply and do all that. You want to show up. You want to make sure you're harvesting the fruits of your labor. You know what I mean? Someone's coming. So sometimes it's really hard to see how we're going to get from a little seed to this. But stay focused, stay intentional, and put energy towards what you want, and you will see the fruits of your labor. And what does it look like to be fruiting at FoodWhat when we're at that stage? Well, that space that we created, remember, it was a safe space to find our own liberation and self-empowerment. That space turned into a start, which means we actually got a physical farm and a space to cook food in. Things started budding, so people started showing up. Y'all came to the program in the first couple weeks, or whatever year that you did FoodWhat, and you started to see that there's a lemon tree here and that it was budding. And then in the blossoming stage, things opened up and y'all started to inspire each other. Y'all started to really put in the work to invest, because you're like, I do want fruit. I do want my life to be bountiful, and I want something to grow. Now we got some fruit. So when y'all take that money that you earn, that you worked for, to go and feed the fam, fruit. When you earn those credits and graduate high school for it, because you put in all that work on the farm and in the kitchen at FoodWhat, fruit. And when you learn that you can commit to something, follow through, and finish the job, finish strong, that's fruit. Don't forget to harvest them, y'all. There it is, my friends. The stages of plant life. Where are you in your stage? We got the seed, the start, the bud, the blossom, the fruit. The seed, the start, the bud, the blossom, the fruit. The seed, the start, the bud, the blossom, fruit. What happens after the fruit? Does the tree die? Well, as the great philosopher Pharrell Williams once said, no one ever really dies. I'm sure you have a vision. That's the seed right there. Go ahead and put some care and intention into that. If it hasn't already set root, it will. And before you know it, you're gonna get to that budding stage, and then it'll be blossoming. I'm hyped to see when that happens. And then once it blossoms, you get other people inspired by the idea. They come and cross-pollinate. Then that turns into fruit, and then you harvest. And the fruits of your labor will pay off. The people that you love will feel that love. They will feel the care and intention that you put into investing into yourself and to the vision that you have for your own success. All right, y'all. That is today's episode of Farm Friday. Go out there, spread some seeds, go bud, go blossom, and go harvest the fruits of your labor. My name is David. This is Farm Friday with FoodWhat. We got a lot of love for y'all, so we really do hope that you have a good weekend, and we'll see you later.